Sunday on these very steps, Pastor Franklin decided to give a speech where he said, I'm going to tell you what I'm against, and I'm going to tell you what I'm for. So to all the news media, thank you for being here, because me, a community activist, a lesbian, and the proud wife of Dr. Kathy Adams, an instructor at California State University, Fresno, I'm going to tell you what I'm against, and I'm going to tell you what I'm for. I'm against the efforts to take away my fundamental right to be married to the person I am built to love. A core value of my faith is the call to love my neighbor as myself. And what I know about that order is that you don't love your neighbor by taking away their right to marry. What I am against is deceit. Proponents of Proposition 8 claim that same-sex marriage is a threat to their marriage. Let's remember that one of the foundational tenets of the major world religions is not bearing false witness. The proponents of Proposition 8 are not doing precisely that when they are doing precisely that when they make these ridiculous assertions that same-sex couples living happily ever after are a threat to anything. When Britney Spears drives over to Las Vegas and gets married in 24 hours to a person she hasn't seen in years, that is devaluing marriage. I am against the idea that churches will be forced to marry same-sex couples. I know that it is the right of every religious tradition to decide whether or not to marry same-sex couples. But it is not right that some religious traditions define for every faith who can and cannot marry. Religious freedom is a basic right in America. Voting no on Proposition 8 allows each faith, not the government, to decide who it will marry. I believe in religious freedom for all, and I will be voting no on Proposition 8. I'm against the idea that domestic partnerships are the same as marriage. Domestic partnerships do not provide the same fundamental rights, responsibilities, dignity, and respect as marriage. A prime example is when I go to apply for health benefits. If they ask, are you married? If I have to say, no, I want to tell you I'm a domestic partner, then I am outing myself at that very question. It is not equal. We have learned too many times before that separate but equal does not work. I am against a theocracy. We live in a democracy. As a person of faith, I believe it is wrong to take the power of prayer that is intended to draw us closer to God and do good works for others as a use for a weapon against our neighbors. Now, citizens of Fresno, as Pastor Franklin said so wonderfully, let me tell you what I'm for. As a person of faith, I am for believing deeply in marriage and in the importance of a lifelong commitment of two people as a foundational building block of our society. I want to protect and value all marriages, including traditional marriages. I am for the Constitution, which I believe ultimately says that the people vote on statutes like Proposition 22, but the Constitution is what we use as our governing document. There was a time when statutes banned individuals from interracial marriage, practicing Catholicism, or Mormonism. Fortunately, the constitutional rights to equal protection of the law and to religious freedom prevailed to protect all of these individuals. This is the same Constitution that protects the right of same-sex couples to marry. And finally, let me tell you what I'm for. I am for marriage, the word that describes loving, committed couples in America. And all over the world, that word is known as a loving, dignified, and responsible word for two committed same-sex or opposite-sex couples. Today, I have that right. On Tuesday, that right can be taken away. It is wrong to take the word, and it is value to me and my family away from me. I deserve the fundamental right of marriage because I am a promise keeper, and I love and value my wife.
I just came from a rally in Stockton where we had 300 people marching for No on 8. And I want to let you know that across the valley, just today, as we speak right now, that our brothers and sisters are doing rallies for No on 8 in Atwater, Tracy, Stockton, Merced, Lodi, Porterville, Bakersfield, Nevada City, Grass Valley, Visalia, Livingston, Turlock, Modesto, Sonora. It is time. It is time. What you have done, it is such an honor to speak to people out in the Central Valley because you guys are going to win this for us. The work that you have done in the Valley is incredible. And I just want to show you, I'm not just through the polls. Look what you've done in just 1 month. On October 6th, there was 27% in the Valley in support of our right to marry. 2 weeks later, to 36%. Yesterday, the poll, 40%. You have shifted the debate. You have shifted. This is the greatest area of gain since we fought this battle in 2000. That's you guys.
Hello. Good afternoon. How dare we even have a discussion about taking away the rights of a certain group of people? How dare we do that? We are in California. California has always been on the forefront of fighting for equality, whether it's for the rights of immigrants or the fight to make sure our children receive a good education. And today, we're going to continue to be on the forefront by standing with our gay and lesbian brothers and sisters and make sure that they are given all the same rights that were given to my husband, Oscar, and I. And it's appropriate that we're here in Fresno today, a place where my grandfather fought for the rights of farm workers. But it was not only about the rights of farm workers, he was about the rights of any disenfranchised community. In 1987, Cesar Chavez stood before tens of thousands of members and supporters of the LGBT community at the march in Washington, D.C. Cesar was one of the first Latino civil rights leaders to speak out for the LGBT community because he understood that you can't demand equality for your own people while tolerating discrimination against any